And here she is, 1991 CRX HF 5-speed manual transmission. Picked it up from a guy in Indiana. Now, any car that you find in the Chicagoland area is gonna need rust work done. So let's go ahead and start with the bad. Next category, things that are broken. You can see we have a cracked windshield. It goes all the way across. Have a broken driver door handle. This panel needs to be fixed. On the front left side, the car was in a little bit of a fender bender, so it was hit right here. You could see like the headlight support, you could see it kind of pushed in a little bit. Not too bad of a hit. Definitely fixable. See, we have a dented fender here. None of this stuff really matters to me because it will either get fixed or replaced. We have torn seats, which is very common. We have a broken climate control, which is also very common. It's almost impossible to find one that is not cracked. For some reason, the driver's seat belt buckle is missing, and it is back here for some reason, along with a rail for a seat. Don't know why, but the previous owner just included it. On the passenger door, you can see we have a torn door panel. And the next category is going to be the good things. The hatch opens up and it stays up. Now I'm still going to go ahead and replace these struts for the hatch, but they do work. There's some sort of a homemade cover here because it's not original. Pull back the carpeting. We have a spare, and the floor looks to be in great condition. One thing you're also going to notice that is my favorite thing about this vehicle is none of it has been modified. Everything is original. You're not going to find any fart cannons, any cold air intakes, none of that. Now I do plan on modding the car, but I'm not gonna turn it into a little crappy ricer. So all right, let's keep looking. The dash seems to be in decent condition. I don't see any cracks or anything like that. Everything seems to work. So that's very good. Aftermarket radio, it works though. Also, there's a lot of light bulbs that are blown out. For instance, the front turn signals don't work. One of the turn signals on the rear. One of the brake lights. Some of the dome lights. So it's just a bunch of light bulbs, and I've already gone ahead and ordered all new bulbs for the car so we get everything working how it should. Now coming underneath the hood, you can see we have the original engine with about 184,000 miles on it. As you can see, completely stock, no modifications whatsoever. There are a few things that I'm gonna have to take care of. The previous owner busted a brake line, so he replaced it himself. But as you can see, it's not routed in the correct place where it should be from factory. So someday I'm gonna go ahead and get this fixed. He also replaced the master cylinder, and that's where a new line runs into. Other than that, all original. Let's go ahead and start it up. Now it does start up a little rough, but it has never shut off on me. I'm sure it can use a tune-up. Check the front left side and there's no play in the wheel at all, but the front right side has a little bit of a top to bottom play, side to side play. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and order a front wheel bearing, and while I'm in here I'm going to, let me get a light, I'm gonna go ahead and start spraying everything with penetrating fluid. Don't plan on taking it off right now, but it also does not hurt to start spraying everything down. I don't know what's going on over here, but it definitely smells like a dead fart. Well, that wasn't good. You saw how much that fought me just to come off. Alright. Alright, so here's a closer look at everything. Got some cobwebs here. Alright, just gonna go ahead and start spraying everything with penetrating fluid. Okay, so I've decided one of the first things I'm going to do on this car is replace all of the brake hoses. I don't think there's an issue with them because the car stops less than okay, but it stops. The thing is, I have no idea if these are the original brake hoses or how long they've been on the car, so it's just a good idea to change all of the brake hoses. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this fitting right here with a wire brush, and then afterwards spray it with some fluid film just to keep it nice and fresh, so when I'm ready to change out all of these brake hoses, they just come right off, or that's the plan. Now, in case you're wondering when I'm going to install the K24 on the CRX, well, it's going to be a while. At this moment, my main priority is to try to preserve the car and fix the rust, because I'm not too thrilled with the amount of rust on the car. I just mentioned the whole thing about the brake hose, and I want to fix things to make the car safe to drive and more reliable, but at the same time I don't want to put too much money into it, if that makes any sense. For example, there's oil making its way into the area where the spark plugs are at, so obviously it needs a valve cover gasket, right? The problem is I want to get it fixed because I want the car to drive better, so I could still drive it around, because it's a fun little car to drive even the way it is. But at the same time, I don't want to invest too much money into that engine, because I know at the end of the day I'm just going to end up ripping it out and putting in my new engine. So it's just things like that where I have to pick and choose where I spend my money. It doesn't mean I'm not going to do anything fun. I'm actually planning on doing a rear disc conversion actually really soon. So I do want to have some fun with the car as well, but I really have to get this rust issue fixed. Some things people may not know about me is I used to work in a body shop, and I actually went to school for collision repair, so the amount of rust on a car does not scare me at all. I fixed rust, body work, painted, all that stuff, so it doesn't scare me. It's just very time consuming and a lot of work. Number two, I've actually owned a few CRXs, and my first car was a 1990 CRX SI, a black one. So I've been wanting to get another CRX for a while, and it just really hits home with me to finally have another CRX. And the previous owner actually owned this car for about 11 years, and he loved it. It was hard for him to part with it, but he had to. And Yeah, so I explained to him what I was gonna do with the car, and you know, I told him about the YouTube channel and how he could stay up to date and follow the progress of the car and all that stuff. So he was really happy about all of that. And at this point, I just really want to do right by the car and fix it up how I want, and just restore it to the best of my ability. So that's pretty much the long answer of when are you gonna put the K24 on the CRX? Let's get this rust issue fixed first. Now that I'm done giving the car a quick wash and scrubbing inside of the wheel wells to get some of that dirt and grime out of here, I'm gonna go ahead and peel off some of the old stickers that belong to the previous owner, of course. And once I get that all set up, I'm just gonna go ahead and slap one of my YouTube channel stickers on the back of the car. Why not, right? Another thing I noticed while I was driving is the windows look like they're pretty grimy. You could tell obviously they're really dirty. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, Windex all of the windows on the car, and I think that'll really help with the appearance of the car. One thing is this glue gun right here, this crap doesn't work.